Good morning, everybody. Mark Finan here in the home weather office on this Tuesday morning. It is what is this? The third day of October already. And this is the morning briefing coming to you from my home weather office. And as I look out the window of the home weather office, man, it's a beautiful morning. We have clear skies. We have cool temperatures in the morning. It's going to warm up this afternoon. And that's the theme that we'll be seeing over the next couple of days, is this warming trend that we'll be seeing as we go through this week, getting a little taste of summer. But, October is a really interesting month for us because it's very common for us to see some warm weather in the first half of the month. And it looks like we're going to be seeing some warm weather, maybe all the way through the 15th, 16th, 17th, something like that. But usually what happens in the month of October is we see a rather dramatic shift between the beginning of the month and the end of the month. It really is usually the end of this month that we start to see the chances of rain start to increase. And it's really not uncommon for us to start seeing rain somewhere around Halloween. It's funny how many years we suddenly are putting rain in the forecast around Halloween, and nobody wants it to rain on Halloween evening, of course. So, not saying that's going to happen, but it seems like that's popped into my head, like how many times that's happened. We start getting our first chances of real rain. And by that, I mean kind of the Pacific kind of storms that come our way. I know we've had rain lately, but it really does seem as though it's toward the end of this month that we start to see the changes that get us into our wet season. But none of that happening right now. Instead, what we have are clear skies in the valley. And as you can see, there is still cloud cover in the Northeast Plateau. We have some clouds coming into the Tahoe Basin and a lot of cloud cover in the northern half of Nevada. What you'll also notice is last week we were talking about the quarry fire and putting up a lot of smoke. Not much smoke there now. And even though there is fog up here in the northwest corner of the state, we also aren't seeing much smoke up here either. These fires are really just kind of smoldering at this point, and it looks as though we're in pretty good shape. Now, over the next couple of days, we are still going to see offshore winds and some downslope winds in many of the canyons, and that increases fire danger. But boy, we are just really looking good in terms of our fire season. And all we need to do is get into our rain season to kind of wrap things up. So this is what's happening now. This big high is moving in, and that produces a pretty quiet weather pattern for us. This is the day on Wednesday. There's still some of that north flow, a little gusty on the west side of the valley. And then as the high kind of moves overhead, that's when we start to see those north winds diminish. And it's not the most perfect kind of ridging, but still enough ridging. This is Friday to provide sunny and warm weather for us. Nice deep trough back east. I'm sure there'll be some cold weather there. And then for us, Saturday is still warm, and then we start getting a weak trough coming our way into Sunday and Monday. It doesn't look as though we'll see any rain out of that, but it does look as though it'll start to increase the onshore breeze, bring cooler weather into Northern California, and cool us down from the warmer temperatures we will be seeing. So what kind of temperatures are we talking about? I really like this graph. This is nice. This is off the GFS, and this is a point forecast for Sacramento. And so this is for the day today. And as I scroll over this, these are the various runs of the GFS. And if you look at the mean, it comes in at 84 degrees. Some of the models are a little bit warmer, but let's just go with the mean of 84 degrees. Tomorrow, up around 89 to 90, about 91 on Thursday, 93, 94 on both Friday and Saturday. What's interesting here is that as you look at this model, and as you can see, the lines are pretty close together. And these are the different members of the ensemble that makes up the GFS. And they're just little perturbations that are make up the models, and they just kind of tweak things. It's like, let's make this, let's make that. Different assumptions, if you will. And you notice that out here on Saturday, the farther out in time, the more discrepancy you get in the line. So there is one model that's saying that Saturday might only be 87. There's another model that might be say it's 97. So I think this model is probably trying to bring that next trough in and onshore flow a little bit faster. But right now we're thinking of probably around 93, 94, and then we'll likely see the cooler weather. But, that's rather typical when you look at models. There's tight agreement nearer term, and then more disagreement farther out in time. But either way, what we're looking at for the rest of the week is a warming trend. And if you have any outdoor plans for the rest of this week or the weekend, things are looking really good. If it's great for agriculture. We did a news story yesterday about the wine grape growers in the foothills really liking this because of the late season we're seeing. The last thing that they wanted to see there is an early start to the rainy season. Rainy, cool weather at this time of year when you're still trying to harvest grapes is not a good thing. Sunny and warm weather to get those sugar levels up to where they want them. That's the perfect thing. So things looking good for ag, things looking great for people who just work outdoors. But eventually this month we'll likely get into our rain season, but it's not happening yet. That's everything I've got for you this morning. Let's see, it's Tuesday, so there will be a Facebook Live chat tonight at 8 o'clock. And otherwise I'll be on TV at 4, 5, 6, 7, 10, and 11. Have a great day. I'll talk to you later.